Emma Kate Verdon. I'm going to be talking about the nervous system today because I found that to be the most intriguing lesson that we've learned so far. So a neurologist is someone who treats diseases and disorders of the nervous system, and a neurosurgeon is someone who performs surgery on the nervous system. So the brain is just amazing in how it works together for our everyday function in life. Some major functions of the brain is that it controls our heart rate, respiratory rate, our blood pressure, and it maintains levels in our internal environment that have to do with the autonomic nervous system. It also contains cranial nerves that help with the innervation of the head, the neck, the thoracic and abdominal viscera. And which I find to be the most interesting is how the brain is responsible for performing high-level tasks like intelligence and consciousness and memory and social skills and emotion and behavior. So a few of the important landmarks of the brain include the frontal lobe, which is in the most anterior part of the brain, and it's responsible for initiation of all motor movement. Then you have the parietal lobe, which is responsible for receiving and processing sensory information. And then you have the temporal lobe, which is responsible for memory. And then the occipital lobe, which is located in the most posterior portion of the brain, and it is responsible for vision. And then the most interesting structure of the brain to me is the hypothalamus, because it's responsible for so many different things that it correlates with different organs in our body to carry out specific functions. So some functions of the hypothalamus is that it controls the autonomic nervous system. It helps with regulation of body temperature. If we're hungry, our body lets us know through the hypothalamus. It regulates our sleep and wake cycles. The hypothalamus is also it also correlates with the endocrine system with producing hormones, different kinds of hormones. The hypothalamus is responsible for emotional responses and motivational behavior, as well as our memory. So just some directional terms for the brain is that where the brain is located is the brain is superior to the spinal cord, meaning it is on top of the spinal cord or above the spinal cord. The brain is inferior to the skull. The skull is the outer bones that protect the brain. And then the frontal lobe is the most anterior part of the brain, with the occipital lobe being the most posterior part of the brain. And that is going to wrap up the little presentation about the nervous system. And again, my name is Emma Kate Verdon.